p.m. We're going to do a call to order. Thank you for being here. It is the year 2026 for us. Happy New Year to all of you this evening. We're going to do a roll call. We have Lawrence Drone, I am the chair. Jaime Sanchez is absent. Samantha Soto. Here. Reginald Harding. Here. Katie Jane Trout is absent. Lisa Sarmiento.
Here.
We have a dais. And before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to have a 1 minute of silence for firefighter Danny Cook, who lost his life in the recovery of a home here in Nuevo. So if we could do a moment of silence, please. We're gonna time it for 1 minute. All right. Thank you very much. Good to reflect on things. Now, if we could please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Now, on our agenda for this evening, we're going to do first off is the approval of the agenda from last November. Items may be added to the agenda in accordance with section 54954.2b of the Government Code upon determination by 2/3 vote of the members present, or if less than 2/3 of the members present, a unanimous vote of those members present, that there is a need to take immediate action, and that need for action come to the attention of the council after posting the agenda. We need a motion to approve the agenda as published from November. Can I have a motion?
I approve the minutes.
Can I have a second? Second. And we have a vote?
Yes.
Aye. Okay. We are in approval of the minutes. They have been approved for November 6th of 2025. Next up on the agenda, public comments on matters on the agenda and non-agenda items. And first, let me just say this because it's in my notes that as we get to the county departments, we do have two who will not be here. One is the Highway Patrol because they were called away for an assignment. And also, and we pray for them as they reach out. And we also have Assemblymember Jackson's office. He will not be here this evening. There's just the two adjustments to our agenda. And so now we have the public comments on matters on the agenda and non-agenda items. Anyone wishing to address the council on matters not on the agenda, but within the subject matter jurisdiction of the council may do so at this time. Each member of the public shall have 3 minutes, and we'll have a time for that. The council chair has discretion to reduce speaking time to 2 minutes per speaker to ensure everyone can address the council under the Ralph M. Brown Act. The council may not act on any matter on the agenda, but the council may provide a brief response or refer a matter to staff for follow-up. And first up here, we have Shauna Lennon. She's going to be speaking on Angel Tree.
Happy New Year. Good evening, everyone. I am Shauna Leinen. I'm the Vice President of Angel Tree of Nuevo, and I just wanted to give you all an update We appreciate everyone helping us this year. Or for this last season, we helped 67 families and 210 children. And we'd also, I was told to mention, which I was just needing reminding, that Calvary Chapel, they provide us a room for, gosh, I don't know how many seasons. And we just appreciate that. And the community's help with everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Love the families and the children. Thank you for doing what you do with Angel Tree of Nuevo. Next up, we have Jim Trujillo, who's going to be speaking about the fire department and referencing beautification of a plaque that is needed for the old fire station.
Good evening, everybody. I've been in the community for many years, probably about 40, 50. I've served at the Nuevo Volunteer Fire Department from 1995 till 2010 when it was changed over to a different program. We've had a lot of volunteers in here from 1956 until it was abolished in 2010. We have asked the fire department, we came up with donations to put up a little plaque, memorial, like a headstone or whatever you want to call it. The fire department approved it. There was no problems. We approached the dentist office, which was the old station, and we've been getting nothing but call somebody else, email somebody else. Nobody will return our calls. We just simply want to put up a little memorial identical to the one that would be at the fire department. The current dentist office actually has a pole and makes it look like it's a fire department. They've asked for some of the memorabilia, and they acted like they were, considering it, but we've never heard anything back, and this has been going on for probably a better part of a year. And then I seen the beautification for Nuevo, and I thought, well, this might be an appropriate time to approach you and see if we can at least get some response from them. And that's pretty much, where we're at. Everything's been paid for. It's just a matter of the cost of the two headstones, or plaques, goes up in the end of this month. And instead of waiting, I figured this would be a good time to approach you and see if you can get me or get our group some assistance in getting it either resolved.
Where is it that you want to put the plaque exactly at the dentist office? Do you want to put it
We-
inside or outside the building?
We did the same thing with the fire department. There's two captains on duty, and both of them said pretty much anywhere. We said, no, you let us know. We'll put it by the flagpole, we'll put it anywhere you want, outside, more for the public to see. It's not overwhelming. It's only probably about 18 inches square.
And who is the dentist office telling you to call? I mean,
We've had
does
so
the
many-
dentist there own that building? I mean, is it his building or is he leasing it from
It's
someone else?
county.
It's a county building.
It's a county building, and it's the old fire station. Nothing was ever turned over, and we thought we would get a good response because they did say they wanted any pictures and anything, and the way they have it decorated, it would make sense, and we thought that was no problem. But every time we go there, and we've been doing this, and they give us emails, contact, nobody returns our calls. And it would be professionally set. It's from Sun City Granite. They said they would set them in the cost that they gave us, and it's all paid for.
It's all paid for. Okay. Thank you, Jim. It's very important that we reflect on the history of Nuevo, and that's a very good sign of showing what we had here in the past as we're doing a new thing, but it's good to look at the past. And thank you for your volunteer service that you did for Nuevo. Thank you so much. And so this is something that, as we have, I think it's a Jim, he's going to be a presenter this evening, and because he's here, he can actually hear that request.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks
much.
for your time.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, so I have two here. Any other? All right. We're going to move along. 2, and thank you for those who had the public comments. Number 7, action items, reports and information calendar. The council and the public will receive reports and updates from staff, county departments, and local agencies. All reports and information items are automatically received and filed once presented with no action by the council anticipated. A brief public Q&A with the department agency representative will take place following each report or information item. Members of the public are asked to observe a 1-minute time limit, which may be extended by the council chair if time permits. And the first action item is this. It is the MAC meeting calendar. And we're going to need a motion needed for the dates here. I'm going to read them off for 2026. We have March 19th of 2026. We have May 21st of 2026. We have July 16th of 2026. We have September 17th of 2026. And then last but not least, we have November 12th of 2026. And we need a motion needed for the agreement of this calendar for the year of 2026. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the dates.
We have a motion to approve the dates. Can I have a second? Second? Okay. We have a vote. All right, where it's approved. And thank you for that action item. Now, next on the action item, and then also those meetings are going to be here for this coming calendar year at 29780 Lakeview Avenue here at the Newview Elementary School. The next we have is the appointment of secretary note taker, and Samantha Soto has agreed to be the note taker for the dais, and so she's agreed to do that. So we need a motion needed for her vote in. You motion?
I motion.
We go. Listen, we all like thank you. Thank you so much, Samantha. So it has been approved for Samantha Soto to be appointed as secretary and note taker for the Municipal Advisory Council of Nuevo. Now, county department staff reports. Presenters must direct their support to the council at the conclusion of the presentation. Chair may allow questions that are limited to 1 minute. Each speaker must be first recognized by the chair. And first up, we have our own Sheriff's Office, Captain Lamb, to give us a presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Captain Lamb out of the Parish Station. I'll highlight some stats for the Nuevo community for the month of December. We had 218 calls for service. Of those, the crimes report to the FBI, we had 4 assaults, which looking at the rest, looks like it was all domestic violence related, and only 1 theft. So, mail keeps getting stolen. We got 1 report of a theft for the month of December. I don't know how your New Year's was. Ours was pretty quiet. The weather kept everybody indoors, which was very nice. It was just a little wet for us out there. But hopefully you guys had a good New Year. Any questions for me?
One is we do have the mail, the United States mail is now being picked up at their offices. There's a couple of boxes that have been tampered with. Just want to make sure that you know that. I know you probably do already, but if us here who have had mail stolen, we need to tell the sheriff department what's going on so we can have more of a response from them. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, go ahead, Marshall.
Happy New Year, Captain Lamb. So responding to some of the social media posts, I saw some Facebook Nuevo posts about homeless encampments in the nearby foothills. I was just wondering if it's like everybody's aware of that issue, and it's like what's the level of awareness as far as like law enforcement, and if there's any plans to respond to that?
It's just if it's brought up to our attention, you know, I'll bring it up again. There's no Facebook, social media police, right? So you've got to notify us, not the social media world. You can always email me, call me, give me these locations, where they're at. There's a county homeless outreach team that's housed at the Parish Station, so that I oversee, and so I can direct the county homeless outreach guys to them, and then we work with code because it's always on private property. So we work with code enforcement on getting them out.
So just as a quick follow-up then, Captain Lamb, it sounds like then, like you said, this is very at the preliminary stage. Riverside County Sheriff Harris office has not been informed of that in any official way, is that correct?
So, the deputies may be aware, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna be aware of every homeless encampment that's out there. The hot team may be aware of it, the set guys may be aware of it, but that's not something that's gonna rise to me knowing that it's out there being dealt with. So a lot of times, people bring that up to me, I let my guys know, and they're like, okay, hey, we're already working on that, hey, we're gonna be out there next week. So, you can bring those locations to me.
Across the street from the rock plant on Juniper Flats Road, I called code enforcement and they called the non-emergency line and unfortunately.
So, on Juniper Flats.
It's on Juniper Flats, if you get down to it, like where you're getting closer to the 74, that rock plant is on one side of Juniper Flats Road, it's
Okay.
directly across the street.
Okay.
There's like a travel trailer and a tent. And I believe last year that's where we got 2 or 3 fires.
Okay, so, and I will bring this up, so there is a group of individuals in the Homeland area that we, it's displacement, right? They don't want help, they don't wanna go anywhere, so it's displacement. So they go here, we kick them out, they go here, kick them out, they go here, and we kick them out, and we just follow them, and just kick them out of every location. So it's probably just where they've set up. And if code's aware of it and we're aware of it, it's just a process. We can't go there and kick them out in one day. It is a process, but I'll make sure my guys are aware. Yes, sir.
I don't know if it's with the sheriff or who it is, but back to the mail being stolen. When you come across a pile of mail that looks like it was dropped off, if you're early in the morning, you can see all these different addresses and unopened envelopes. What should the public do with those?
You can call us to come collect it. Sometimes people will just collect it themselves and take it to the post office.
That's what I was wondering.
In the end, we'll just collect it and drive to the post office and give it to them, for them to remail out or whatever they do.
Or pretty much just pick it up, throw it in the box?
Yeah, you could. The best thing to do is just let us know. That way we can go out there and just grab it all.
So I found some right down here in town, off of Jetta 9th, 10th, and it was all from Juniper Flats.
Yeah.
I know that when I pick up the post office has some where it's from, because I've taken there, and they kind of know where it's coming from, or if like whenever box was broken into, if that was kind of dispersed in an area of town where it completely disappeared.
Best thing you just give us.
Any other questions for Captain Lamb? Thank you, Captain Lamb,
All right,
and
thank
thank
you.
you for your service with us. Thank you so much. A good note for us is to make sure whenever we see the mail that's been strung out in the streets, we can call them. That way they'll know that there are certain situations happening in our town. That's one of the great ways to do it, is make sure they're informed. You can take it to the post office, but it's also good to know that they would know, because that's a thing they're gonna put in the books that there's somebody should look out for. So thank you all for that. Let's see here. I'm going to go now to CAL FIRE, Fire Marshal Matthew Dingman. And thank you for your service so much. Thank you much.
Hello everybody, Happy New Year. My name is Matt Dingman. I'm the Fire Marshal for the Hazard Reduction Division for Riverside County. I wanted to come here tonight to give you guys a little bit of a rundown because we do, out of the Hazard Reduction Division, what we deal with is weed abatement primarily. We've had some rains recently, so definitely going to have quite a bit of a green up in a lot of the unincorporated areas across the county. If you have a parcel that does not have a structure on it, or that is affecting your property within 100 feet, or a roadway within 100 feet, please go ahead and go on to Riverside County rdcfire.org, Hazard Reduction Division. You can fill out a complaint online and it'll go straight to us, and we can go ahead and get our techs out to start doing inspections on those parcels and get those areas abated. We won't be performing annual inspections until the month of April, but we do still act reactionary to complaints. So if you could do that, that would be very beneficial. Outside of that, another hot topic that the Hazard Reduction Division is dealing with right now is fire inspections 4 homes that are going in and out of escrow. Those are the AB 38 requirements from the state. There's a bill that was proposed a couple of years ago now that is requiring homes that are in the very high and high fire hazard severity zones to pass a fire inspection before they are able to pass escrow. So if you need any information about that, we are disseminating that to the public, meeting with realtor groups and things like that, but also if you do need some general information about your home, about defensible space or anything like that, please reach out to our office or to me directly and I can give you that info. Okay, but right now, that is currently our update. If anybody has any questions. Yes, sir.
How do we get one of the blue reflectors in the middle of the street by a fire hydrant? We sort of see them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be an indicator for a foot valve for the fire hydrant shut valve. That would probably be with facilities or streets. But if you can give me your information on where that would be, I can reach out to them.
Water department might do it too.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Volunteers did years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be a water department.
Well, it's awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but let me know where it is and I can look at that. Absolutely. Any other questions? All right.
No questions. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have code enforcement, Mr. Rangel. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Anayeli.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anayeli Rangel, the supervising code enforcement officer for our Short County Code Enforcement Team. Our primary role, I think I was here during the last meeting, we focus on all after-hours code enforcement response. One of the hot topics in this area, typically vending alcohol. So today here we have the operations manager, Shane Sanderson, and I know we have a few updates.
Sure. My name is Shane Sanderson. I'm the operations manager for the code enforcement department. I'll actually start off by one thing that was brought up was the homeless encampment over off of Judith Flats in 74. We are aware of that property. We have been out there over the past couple of years in the past, moving people with trespass notices and working with the hot team, the sheriff's department. So it definitely isn't something that happens overnight. We do have a process that we legally have to follow for people that are displaced to try to get the resources and or move them off these parcels. And like the captain here said, sometimes they just go from one parcel to the next and we kind of got to start our process over again. So really just depends. We really work with the private property owners to try to blanket these trespass notices as best we can so we can potentially move them further along if they don't accept those resources. So I just want to touch that real quick because it was brought up. So one other thing I wanted to talk about is our neighborhood enforcement team. I do have some statistics from our code enforcement office that handles this area. So I'll go through that quickly. Between November 6th and January 15th of this year, we've opened, 2 accumulated rubbish cases, 12 zoning cases, 12 construction without permit cases, 0 vehicle abatement cases, and we've opened a total of 28 cases overall. In the Nuevo area, there's 285 cases total, and in that same time span, between November 6th and today, we have closed 57 cases. One thing that is a hot topic out here is vending, mobile food vending. We hear about it quite a bit from the community out here. We did speak about that a little bit last time we were out here. Did anybody have any specific questions about that? So I can go over it a little bit and kind of what that process looks like so everybody has a better understanding. Essentially, if you were going to sell any sort of food from a mobile food truck, their process starts at environmental health. They have their own process and requirements and different tiers on what qualifies for what and what permitting that they're gonna need from a higher environmental health perspective. Then eventually goes to transportation to get their sign-offs, and code enforcement is the last piece of that, doing enforcement, making sure they're set up where they need to be or responding to complaints as necessary. So I know transportation is here. I don't believe anybody from environmental health is here, but we work with them hand in hand on determining what we can do or what permits they need, so we have a better determination moving forward. Any other questions, Matt?
In December, I was told by one of your people that you cannot vend or sell food, I don't remember which one it was, on Nuevo Road. Is that true? Or is it just a section of Nuevo Road or where?
So we can have specific sections, of prohibited locations where you're not able to do anything, whether
Where is
you're
that?
permitted or not. So I can provide you with the list, it's quite extensive.
Okay,
but
so I guess
there's-
the parts that are most important is next to Nuevo Market, can they do it
So
there?
Nuevo and Lake.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Which
they
is recent.
cannot do it there, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the parking is crazy over there.
Then why is it so crazy there?
One of your guys was there while they were vending and he didn't move and work.
I apologize, that's a mistake. It's Menifee and Nuevo that was recently added. And because of that action, they're now at Lakeview.
So what is our next action then?
So our next action there, what we're currently doing now, my team proactively enforces that location at least once a day. In the last, since we were here, it was around November, December, we've issued probably over 52 citations for, illegal vending,
Those vendors in particular, or?
specific vendors. Because there are vendors that are permitted, if they
Correct.
have all the proper permits, unfortunately, our hands are tied.
So maybe what we can do is, we did on the Menifee and Nuevo Road, where we had 500 feet where they could be and actually have adhered to that over time. So maybe we can figure out somewhere on the Lakeview Road that we can ask them to be, you know, where they can, to safety for all of us.
I know that's been discussed before when the new requirements for the prohibited locations were now designated. Why not we do more? How come we can't do more streets? It is quite a process. I'm working with Department of Health and Transportation to get the roads added to the ordinance so they can stop prohibiting. And just like any other smart business owners, they figure out, okay, well, I can't be here anymore, so I'll just move 500 feet down the road where I can be. Some of them do get permits, some of them don't get permits. So those 52 citations are obviously for the ones that are unpermitted. If they are permitted and they're in a location where they can sell this food or sell these items, like my supervisor here said, really not a lot we can do. We do try to think outside the box when it comes to fire hydrants, entrances of shopping centers. We try to get pretty creative. We have a pretty big tool belt that we can use, but a lot of times, unfortunately, with what we're looking at, we can only take it for face value at that given point in time. Not to say that it's out of control. It seems like everybody here is in agreement with that, so we will continue to monitor that and work the problem as best as we can with the resources that we have. Sir.
Just say, Shane and Aniele, thank you for carving out the time. Happy New Year, for being here, for folks at your level, the decision makers, and the people who see it at the ground level as well. And what I would respectfully request is that, just the Nuevo MAC, Nuevo community members, and then code enforcement, I would respectfully suggest that the next MAC meeting that we'll be able to update on all these issues. So we just make sure that the football is advancing down toward the end of it.
Right, absolutely. And there is an updated map and some information. We're just waiting on a couple tweaks to get final approval. And once we have that information and it's accurate, we can disseminate that to everybody appropriately. So everybody knows the streets and locations of where people can and cannot vend within this area.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any more questions? Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Ariella. Thank you so much. All righty, we're going to move on now to EMD, Eric Ramirez.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Eric Ramirez. I am taking the role that Valerie previous role for District 5. So she is contracted to the City of Paris. A couple of department updates for Riverside County Emergency Management Department. For the month of December, we had wet holidays. It was pretty quiet for EMD. Couple of December incidents, summaries would include the ranch fire in Jurupa Valley. We did monitor that at EMD, but nothing came out of it. They did stop the forward rate of spread. No requests for that. And then also we had a possible hazmat materials incident in the middle school of Riverside. It was just notification only. Also, a natural gas leak in San Jacinto. That was notification only as well. And an unscheduled plane landing in the city of Temecula. So that's pretty much it for my report out on department updates. December is pretty slow for us.
Thank you, Eric. All right. Next up, we have transportation. We have Hector Davila.
Good evening, Chair and members. Hector Davila, Transportation Department Deputy Director. Pretty much a couple things, but from a transportation perspective, you heard earlier that we do issue encroachment permits, so that's one of them. But we also design, construct, and maintain our roadway system as well. So we have lots of crews out there, but sometimes we don't catch everything that needs to be done. So if you see something, say something, give us a call. I do have our highway ops hot number. Hopefully we'll put this in the notes and you guys can have it. I'm sure you guys may have it already, but it's 951-955-6899. And you will get a live person when you call. So during daily work hours, you will get a live person. If you call during the weekend, you get a response back on Monday. I do have my number out there as well, and I get quite a bit of calls, and you know, I do respond to those and follow up, and I get the text messages back saying thank you for taking care of it. So we try to be as responsive as we can as soon as we find out something. The other one we had, I had a question on MCP. You want to hear of MCP, Mid-County Parkway? So that one's, the lead is RCTC, which is the Riverside County Transportation Commission, is for the county road department. We are doing the oversight with it, but we're engaged and involved with it. Contractor and our CM firm is moving in trailers this month off of Lakeview. They're still clearing some final permits, and they expect to start in March if everything goes with boots in the ground with some clearing and grubbing, sitting K-rail. I will invite them for an update if you guys wish to have that, and I actually asked them to coordinate with the school district here as well for, you know, potential traffic impacts. But for the first year, they're planning to set K-rail. Everything's going to be done behind the K-rail. Nothing will happen with the current road conditions as work progresses and they start doing the traffic switches and such. More information will come out. I'm sure they'll be staged accordingly and provided at that time. But our reach out, it's going to be for about 2 years, of course, 8 miles long, for a total of about 107 million. So with that, that's all I have. If you have any questions?
So what you say that the first year, the roadway will be cleared for the first year while you're doing the construction? Okay.
Knock on wood, yes.
And
Pretty much like where that white area is, they're gonna carry that off, do all the grading and excavating, and build the lanes there. They build a separate bridge. That bridge is a pretty long bridge. I think it's about 2,000 feet. So they're gonna build a separate bridge when you cross over the wash area there. And then once that section is done, they're pretty much gonna quote unquote flip-flop traffic on that side and then build that second half, which is the westbound, or the current lanes now, which will be the westbound lanes in the future. And then once those are done, then you'll be wide open after that one full. I'll have them present a staged construction,
Okay.
so you guys can see how that's gonna flip-flop and work.
yeah, that would be needed because as we are citizens needing to know how we're getting from point A to point B on that particular roadway, it's important for us to be able to plan out the time frame of how long it's going to take us to get from home from work or pick our kids up from school.
And I know the parents at Mountain Shadows, they're really concerned, Mountain Shadows and Newview Bridge, they're concerned with all of that too, because the way it's written out, there's gonna be a cut through right there on Reservoir in front of Mountain Shadows and Bridge. So I know a lot of the parents are concerned about the traffic going on through there during this.
Yeah, there'll be some impacts when they do the intersections as well, at those signalizing. So there'll be some coordination with that, but they'll try to get enough advance notice to get that information out and make the presentations. They'll have a public outreach team as well, so we can coordinate that.
Yeah, our meeting in March is on the 19th, so they can come and give us an update on that time period at that meeting, March 19th.
Okay, perfect. I'll make a call right after the meeting.
Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
Hector, can you tell us about the construction on 74?
Is that the permit? I think we have some permit utilities out there.
It's gonna be running from Bonnie Lane all the way to Warren Road, 1 year's worth of construction. starting end of this month?
Oh, let me look into that one. I didn't
That
get
was east of the high school, right?
No, it's going all the way from 215 to Fulton Road. And from what I've read, it's gonna be quite extensive.
Is that, I believe that's Caltrans, I'd have to check into that one, I'd have to check.
And why would they run two big projects like that at the same time? It's gonna screw our traffic up here in town. Unbelievable.
Understood. Yeah, let me look into the details on that one. Yes.
There is a plus side to the traffic going on the reservoir. While it will go by Mountain Shadows, it'll reduce the traffic by Newview. So it'll actually take traffic away from Newview School.
Because it's on the back end of the school, is that what you're saying, Bruce?
No, because if the interchange is gonna be on Reservoir,
Yeah,
Lakeview won't be as busy.
gotcha,
And
okay,
that'll, so, well, we'll put it by a middle school, but it'll take it away from that elementary.
okay, okay.
Well, that won't help the parents though.
Well,
Middle
it'll help
school and
one
high
group of
school.
parents and maybe not the other.
Right, right. Well, that's all I was saying. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't heard any complaints from Newview talking about the traffic impact and all
Oh,
of that.
they hate the trucks.
I only hear it from cause I work at Mountain Shadows, so right now I hear a lot of the parents, cause they already don't like the pickups as it is, and then you're gonna add all that traffic through there, so that's what they're concerned with, is the pickups and drop-offs, so.
So maybe what we can do is ask next time, CHP to do more of monitoring of those situations of traffic.
When it comes to
when it comes
pass,
to-
yeah, definitely when it comes to pass. Amanda, did you have a question?
Yeah, where is that running? On, in front of the school?
From what I understand, there's gonna be some kind of cutoff that's gonna come around from Ramona Expressway, cause there's gonna be a blockage right there where you're not gonna be able to go down Ramona Expressway, from what I'm understanding. So there's gonna be a cutoff that's gonna cut through
Like,
Reservoir right there in front of Mountain Shadows and Bridge. That's what I understand.
Is there an interchange going in for Reservoir at Ramona?
I don't believe so.
That was the original big county.
Yeah.
In regard to the project on 74, it's Caltrans.
It's Caltrans. I thought it was, I wasn't sure. I knew what he was talking about, but I was pretty sure it was Caltrans.
The east of the 215 is Caltrans, west is county. Yeah, west.
Okay.
So Crystal, what we can do is ask for Caltrans to come and give us, an explanation, well, no, to help us out with this, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll reach out as well too, I know a few contacts there.
Awesome,
All right.
thank you.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Oh, I did have one more question before you leave. Cause I was talking to Crystal about this, the stop sign, a possible stop sign at at Montgomery. and
Montgomery,
Wavell Road.
yes. We did look into it. I think there's been I had a accident report pulled and there's been about 4 accidents there reported in the last 10 years. So based on volumes, accidents, sight distance, it's not warranted. However, some of that data is kind of old, so we're gonna redo counts to check the volume to see if it's an always stop is warranted. But as of the last review, it was not warranted.
There was also.
At Montgomery Avenue, and.
Hanson.
Montgomery and, the Wavell Road.
No, yes.
I mean,
It's
it's
like
not
kinda
the
like that on
warranty,
that
but the
curve.
people who have a car in their front yard that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of them, it was during a raining event, the other one was I believe a DUI, one was driving on the wrong side of the road, and then the other 2 were hidden object, so, and there were some DUI references there too, so. But anyways, it doesn't mean that, we're gonna relook at it and look at the counts and see if it warrants it or not for our policies.
We'll relook at it with, we're working with Dennis and Hector on that,
Yep.
so.
Okay.
Awesome. One more.
Which department's in charge of street signs as far as,
That would be our highway ops group under transportation.
are they currently going through and looking at any? We've had a street that's been here for many years that has no sign on it.
Street signs? What's the street, or what?
Debbie Lane,
and it's in between, and it's kind of an oddball little street between Wood School or in 10,
Okay.
9 and 10.
We'll have them look at it, and then, they'll issue an installation order, and then our crew will.
Appreciate it.
Any other questions? Thank you so much, Hector.
Sure, thank you.
All righty, next up, we have Animal Services, Kelsey Holzman.
Good evening, it's lovely to see you guys again.
You too.
So really quick update on my side of things, I have been reassigned, so I'm still within the department, but I have been changed locations and, what I'm going to be doing. So this is my colleague Damien, he's the Animal Services Manager for our Santa Central location. I may be filling in from time to time if he's not available, but for the most part, it will be Damien coming to provide you guys updates. So with that, I will go ahead and leave you guys with him. He's got stats and just some information. Okay?
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Damien, so I am the Animal Services Manager at our San Jacinto location. So I do have some stats for the month of December from our field division. There was a total of 35 calls, which resulted in 87 responses from our animal control officers. There was 4 citations issued and 17 impounds. That's pretty much the stats that I have from the field division as far as public services that our shelter offers. So we are now able to offer vaccine appointments at our shelter on Tuesday through Friday. Appointments are available online via our website. So anybody who needs current vaccines or microchipping for their pets, they are able to make appointments online. We have been able to steadily increase our spay and neuter capacity as far as being able to assist the public with TNR or community cats. So for those of you who have your own, or if you know people that need assistance with that, we recommend that you encourage them to reach out to us directly at sjcounselors@rivco.org. There is a flyer and a card back on the desk there that has the information. And then adoption fees are still waived, and so are return to owner fees at our shelter. And that is all that I have for today.
Good stuff. Thank you, Jimmy. Any other questions for Animal Services?
How do we get in contact to follow up on a case of a pack of dogs that have attacked livestock? It's, I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Keith or Gibson.
I am not currently familiar with it, but I can definitely follow up if you can provide me with your information. I can forward it to our field division for them to reach out.
Okay, the person who had an issue with the animals that were killed, has not gotten a response. He's tried different connections, different ways, nobody's getting back. The dogs are still roaming. This is what even bikers and walkers don't even use that street, that section anymore. And the fear is with small children being around and the pack of dogs, and they kept coming back. He's got video of it. He's even saying, I have video to show you guys, and he's not getting a response back. So it needs to get dealt with before it does move on, but hopefully not.
Understandable, yeah, so I can just get with you after this, and I can provide you with the information. I can follow up with that field team.
Thank you, Damien. Any other questions? Sorry, any other questions? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Animal Services. All righty. Looking at the agenda, we have the Planning Department. We have John Hildebrand.
All right, Mr. Chairman, council members, Happy New Year back to you.
Happy New Year.
Good evening. Supervisor Gutierrez, Happy New Year as well, and good to see you here. A couple updates, a couple things. I'm just going to start with Stone Ridge. There's been no activity with Stone Ridge specific plan currently. There's still what we call slow rolling the process, moving it through. There was a request for them to come and meet. The SMAC group presents. Oh, it died. On. Check. Middle one. There we go. All right, that's better. Thank you. All right, let me start over. There was a request by this council and group here for the Stone Ridge folks to come and do the presentation about the project before it goes to public hearing. We're still going to work with them to make sure that happens before it gets scheduled for a public hearing in the future. Last time I was here, I talked about the county's foundation general plan amendment process, what it is, why we do it, in that 8-year cycle. We're proposing some changes to that program. We're taking a item to the regularly scheduled Planning Commission on February 4th as a workshop to discuss and consider changes, including getting rid of that 8-year cycle, that 8-year waiting period, and doing some other programmatic changes to make this process more streamlined, to get FGPAs done quicker in order for housing production and other commercial production to be done a little bit more smoothly. So we'll try to get that process a little cleaned up. This is just a workshop to consider all changes and taking public comment testimony on the program as well. Last item, I wanted to augment a little bit of the conversation about food trucks. Code enforcement talked about where the food carts and food trucks can't go, but I guess the question is, where can they go? What is the process for that? And there is an opportunity, there is a permitting pathway for food trucks to be stationed on private property. There's a ministerial plot plan, as we call it, where they can identify an eligible property, and depending on the size of that property, they can have up to a certain number of food trucks that are stationed there and be permitted to be there legally. There's some restrictions on how it's used, but it could be an opportunity to permit trucks in a fixed location, multiple trucks if they wanted to do that. And so it requires property owner consent, requires adequate access, requires being able to get on and off a public road that's not restricted. So there are some limitations to it, but it is an opportunity to move forward if that's a desire of this community and the property owner. The Mead Valley sort of food truck thing is a little bit of a different issue that is on a county-owned property, and so the county and the executive office permitted that thing previously. And that's even different because they can do some other things there that you wouldn't be able to do through the normal permitting process on a non-county property. It would be limited to just the food trucks. It wouldn't turn into a swap meet kind of scenario where people would be selling other stuff, but there is an opportunity to have food trucks on a fixed location through that process. And so that is all the updates I have. I'll take any questions if there are any.
So going back to the last comment about the property, is it a private property or is it a county property?
So there's two ways to do it. If it's a county-owned property, it would be, and there's a desire for the county to host something like that, it would go through the executive office and facilities maintenance to work out an arrangement on scale, scope, access, hours, all those kinds of things. So the county would take lead in processing that as an event venue. If it's a private property, it's up to the property owner to submit an application to the county for that permitting process. And the trucks will still have to be permitted. They still have to go through environmental health. So the trucks have to be permitted, and the property itself has to be permitted to host and be able to utilize for that purpose.
Now, are there any county properties here in Nuevo?
I don't believe yes. I think the rail line or part of the rail line, not exactly right here, but I'm not sure. I can find out.
Okay, yeah, we look forward to that. Then one of the statements you made about the Stone Ridge project.
Yes.
I believe back in those December, there was a time frame for them to be able to switch back to residential. Has that been discussed?
What's different about Stone Ridge is that it's an approved specific plan. So they're not subject to this FGPA process. They're not subject to really any timeframes. The approved specific plan for residential runs with the land and is literally good forever. They have an application in to change it. There's no constraint or timeframes under which they have to process this. It's up to them to do it. That being said, we don't like 5-10 years of an open-ended application that's just sitting there and not moving forward. So we try to actively work with developers to ascertain if they do want to move forward or not. We have hundreds of applications for anything you can imagine across the county. And over time, some of those projects just aren't feasible, they just don't move forward. And we regularly run reports to see for the older projects. We reach out to the developers and ask them if they want to move forward. If not, we try to get withdrawal out of them to close the case out, because we don't want all these open-ended projects that never go anywhere. But Stone Ridge isn't quite there yet with that.
Okay, so I guess what you're saying is there hasn't been a time frame given to Stone Ridge to follow through with their process with their zoning change?
There's no requirement to do that.
Okay.
This is a developer who is requesting to do this on their end, so it's on their time frame essentially. But we check in with them to see where they are with things on a regular basis, and again, we don't want this open-ended for 15 years from now either. So
right.
We try to put some pressure on developers to make a decision to move forward or not.
Okay. Yeah, just want to make sure we have that on record that there have not a time frame to finish out their decision making of whether they want to change their zoning or not. Okay.
Correct. They're not under any time frame.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Questions? Go ahead.
Okay, Happy New Year, good to see you.
Thank you.
Always good to see you, and you're always a welcome addition to the Nuevo MAC meetings. That said, what is the possibilities at a future NAC meeting? I understand there's a fairly new District 5 principal planner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So the way we're organized in the planning department is we have a principal planner for each of the 5 districts throughout the county that is kind of the district liaison that is responsible for, kind of managing the projects within that district. And I'd be happy to bring her here at some point in the future, introduce her to this group, and do a meet and greet and let you know who she is.
Awesome.
Follow-up question, please. I understand, talking to Jason Farron, is that the consultant has submitted their recommendations or report or something of that nature as far as recommendations for the planning department. And I was just wondering when we think that the public will be able to take a look at that.
You're referring to the ad hoc committee that was established about a year and a half ago. It's still ongoing. There will be a report at some point to close the process out. It will be available at the board as an agenda item.
Second quarter, before summer?
I don't know. It's up to the executive office and the ad hoc committee.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions?
I got off easy tonight. Wow.
Listen.
Thank you.
We know what's going on. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I also want to thank Supervisor Stacey Gutierrez being here with us this evening. Thank you so much for being with us, sir. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. And with that being said, we have a District 5 update at this time.
1 second.
Yes, go ahead.
Can I also say congratulations?
Oh, yeah.
On being vice chair.
Vice Chair.
Thank you, appreciate
Big
it.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. Krista Reza, Legislative Assistant with Supervisor Gutierrez's office. At this time, I am going to ask Mr. Hector Davila to come up here. He is going to be presenting on our ad hoc beautification. So if we can please welcome Mr. Davila back.
Good evening again. This is my first time to know I'm back. I've been up here twice already. That's way to start off the year, huh?
Right?
So, they told me to put 3 quick slides together, but I got a few more slides and I got some information to share on the status of where we are today. Basically, the agenda is, I'll give you a quick background on the ad hoc for the beautification, and that current outcome, and then the status of where we're going from here, I'll close it out. So, the committee actually started a little over a year ago. I remember coming to this place here and doing a kickoff meeting, and pretty much we provided some general guidelines for guidance to the committee team members, and they're supposed to meet on a bi-monthly as needed basis. Some of the guidelines we provided were like cost-effective options, light plants, trees, hardscape, logo design, branding. We also provided samples so that can kind of take off running with the discussions. We also shortly after that hired a consultant firm. A consultant came on board to help out with the outreach, coordination with the communities, questionnaires, marketing, grassroots promotion, and social media outcomes. So, and part of that were some questions that they posed to the community members. And in no order, but there were 2 questions. Question number 1 was, what aspects of the proposed beautification project do you feel would have the greatest community impact? And the second question is, which of the proposed motto examples resonate most with you? So through several months of coordination, community outreach, these questions were posed and information was received, and they were tallied. So the outcome to question number 1 was entry, monuments, and street and wayfinding signs. The entry monuments, good answer, as you can see, is 47%. And by the way, with the street and wayfinding sign, we can also do some branding, and I'll get into that here in a little bit, with the branding model and how we develop it with signs and the monument itself. So that was question number 1. Question number 2, and here's some examples of some monument signs. One of them's down here in Winchester, one of them's in Jurupa, these 2 are in Riverside County in Jurupa Valley, and the other one was just an example we pulled off the internet just to show, and you can kind of see some of the mottos here about the windmill, the horse, the wagon wheel, and the orchid on the signs there. So just some examples. Next outcome for question number 2. what is the proposed model examples that resonate most with you? And the top 2 responses was peaceful living, proudly knowable, which was 20%. And the other one was simple living, strong community, which was another 20% on that. So that brings me to here today on where we are with our status. Of course, now we need to have the final decision made, decision-making consensus here. The last critical efforts to close this out and wrap it up and moving forward, and then implementing the request and the final selections. Of course, this has all been collaboratively done. Appreciate all the community members who kind of went through this, and hopefully the fruit of our labor here will come out shortly. But the main thing now moving forward is that final pick. So we're looking at, sending that out again, maybe by the next MAC meeting, we'll get some outreach going and, get everyone to vote on these next 2, which is those 2 questions. Pick the top 1 for each category, and then move from there, moving forward. So it could be happening at the next MAC meeting or the one after that. However you guys want to do it, we're good with that, as long as we keep the progress moving forward to implement it and conclude it. I do wish to thank the committee members for all the great efforts they've done. I heard John mention 1.5 years on the last ad hoc reference here, but this is a little over a year, so they've been pretty effective and efficient, so we appreciate that. We do have some funding set for it, so of course we try to be frugal with that, depending on what the outcomes will be. But we're looking for the final results so we can conclude this and then start implementing some more signs or monuments and whatever may come out of that. So with that, any questions?
Question.
How are we moving forward in coming up with a consensus on safety?
It'll be voted like, they kind of did an outreach last time with picking, there was quite a few alternatives in selections. As you noted on the monument, that's like over 50% or close to 50%, but the second one there. We gave 2 options so that they can pick one, and then the second one we can pick model and figure that out. And then, depending if we go with wayfinding signs, for example, you can have your branding on those. Once we decide what those top 2 are, we would design something and hopefully meet the likings of it, and then kind of go into the final design, the preliminary conceptual design, and then the final design on top of that.
And if I could also share as well, we did this also in Cabazon, and so we kind of provided those options for folks, and then we found out it was very, very split, so we had to kind of combine them, and then we went back to the public, and then they were able to select.
Yes, the selection will be, once it's selected and we cast something in concrete out there, it'll be there for a while, so that's why we want to take it to the community again to get that final decision made and selection.
Would that be the only 2 models we get to pick from?
Those are the top 2, yes. I mean,
they're so close to each other, it just doesn't.
How do you put the information out to the public so that they can vote on it?
We can coordinate that. I mean, I think we did some outreach last time with our consultant. We can get that information out. And then getting the word out here from you here attending today, and then through the MAC as well, we can definitely get some information out.
Amanda.
Hi. Where are you putting them?
That's to be determined. Like monument signs, you don't put them on every street. You put them at the entry levels or the community. So there'll be certain locations picked. I think in Cabazon we picked
1 or 5, or that's my, question.
Yeah, like in Cabazon, I think they selected like 5 locations. So we would put that on an overall screen, and she would kind of show that, and then probably present that as well, and make some.
It's really a nice thing because it brings a lot of pride. You go to like Norco.
I'm from Norco.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you why I moved away from Norco, because it became Orange County.
Oh.
That's what you guys are trying to do here, and I know you have like it in the right spot, like make it great. But we both gagged at strong community or whatever it was, and that's not you guys, but there's a lack of that here right now. So to put that out and be like, we'll be Norco.
Again, it's what the public would like. Yeah.
Those models are actually chosen by community members, not by the county.
No, I know, and that's why I wasn't calling them out on it. I'm just saying,
I get it, it's positive people that picked it, they sound great. Unfortunately, by the seats that are empty in this building right now,
How many total votes did you get? I know it's 20% for each, but how many total?
I wasn't in charge of that part, that's the data people that collected that information.
I'd have to go back and look at that, I didn't look at the details on the data.
it's not that I don't want something for the community, I just, street signs would be better than that.
And a little simple.
Actually,
You know,
we can both.
We'll get the
Maybe
street
they
signs.
decided monuments first, but street signs would.
It could be, I mean, there could be, I mean, there's an opportunity for that as well, but that's kind of where we would start with the branding as well and then kind of eventually get it all out. But the first one, like I said, per the community, results was the monuments.
And I noticed, the same percentage was on peaceful living, proudly Nuevo.
So there was a
Are we,
time.
are we needing to, narrow down the words, or can you have all four?
Those were the, titles, there was, like I said, there was other options out there, but there were like 4%, 6%, so, those were the top two. I mean, so, like I said, if we could get this out to voting again, which we don't wanna do, cause it'll be another year, and we just, you know, we can go on forever, so our thing is, you know, we can get it done, we just need the final results, and we can present something.
And what I'm saying is, since they were equal, is there some objection to using them both, peaceful living, proudly Nuevo?
like
No, that
combining-
is one
Combined,
motto.
yeah.
The peaceful living proudly Nuevo, that is one motto.
Oh, is that one?
And then the one below that is one motto.
Okay, is it
So
20%
20% on the top one, 20%
Yeah,
on the
both
bottom.
came in
Here
the
is
same.
they'll get voted on those two, so those were the top
Gotcha.
percentages out of the options that like came out. And then at this point, then those will be voted on to decide what they.
So it's not four choices, it's only two?
No, correct, correct.
Very good.
Two
Okay.
choices for each category.
Okay. Thank you.
In the back?
This would be, dependent on the construction of the Ramon Expressway.
Right now, it doesn't have anything to do with the Ramon Expressway, so once we look at the placement, that'll be ultimately built, and that's some of the, kind of the criteria, right? We can't put it on a street that's gonna be ultimately widened in the next couple of years, so those are some of the things, once we pick the location, we'll look into, that makes sense, you know, that doesn't have to be moved again in the near future, it'll stay there. So those are some of the criteria we'll be looking at.
Any other questions? Thank you, Hector. I know we're gonna have a coordinated effort for the voting of the two mottos. So yeah, we did it last year with the help of the District 5's website, and we also did it on the Nuevo page, and so there's a coordinated effort for that to get the responses.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we have Senator Sabrina Cervantes' office, and her representative is Adonis.
Hello, community members of MAC Chairman. My name is Adonis Galarza here on behalf of State Senator Sabrina Cervantes. Happy New Year to you all. And we're very excited to announce that Senator Cervantes has been appointed as chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. So we're very excited to take on this legislative cycle. Again, if you all need anything, feel free to reach out to our office. We can help folks with any state agency issues, so ADD, DMV, State Tax Board, any issues with any state agency, let us know and we'll try to assist our constituents. Other than that, we wish you all a successful 2026. I did leave some press releases in the back about our chair appointment, our appointment. And if there are any other questions, I wish you all, yes, sir.
Yeah, Don, it's good to see you. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Respectfully request that maybe sometime in 2026 would be wonderful in coordination with District 5, Riverside County, and then Nuevo MAC, if the state senator Cervantes could attend one of our MAC meetings in 2026.
I will put that request in, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anything else? Have
No
a good night.
questions. Thank you, Adonis.
Thank you.
Okay, that is there, yes, go ahead. Please come on.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Omar Campos. I am one of the supervisor's field reps. I cover the pass area. I'm gonna be presenting our District 5 update. First off, we've been doing food drives. We partnered with this company called Bienestar. We provided $90,000 for our unincorporated areas to have food drives. Each food drive has 22,000 pounds of food. It's been a great turnout so far. We're doing 36 events. For the whole year, we've already been through 11 since we started. So each of them, so Nuevo, it's the first Wednesday of every month. San Jacinto, it's every other month on the first Wednesday. Banning, second Thursday of each month, and then Cabazon, third Wednesday of each month. And it's been a great success. Today we had one in Banning. I believe there was at least 250 people show up for the food drive. And whatever food is left over, it goes to local restaurants or farms are able to come and collect it for the animals and stuff like that.
Is it in the same location every time?
Yes, it is the same location every time. This is a flyer if you'd like to scan it or if you'd like to take a picture. The next one here in Nuevo will be on the February 4th at 9:30 at Newview Library. And then we have our D5 home programs, our Pruitt Improvement Program provides low-income individuals with exterior and interior repairs / improvements to their mobile homes. Applicants can receive up to $50,000 in repairs / improvements. Applicants do not need to own the land. 37 homes have been rehabilitated, 15 currently in construction, and 15 pending construction. And then our D5 Furry Pets program, you can still do it. We've actually allocated some more funding for it. If you would like to foster a pet for 21 days, you'll get a stipend per night for $25. You could foster up to 2 pets, making $50 per night. And if you get the pet adopted, then you get $150 bonus. And so far we've had 91 pets fostered, and 479 fostered, and then 91 adopted. Our Youth Community Corp helps youth from ages 18 to 26 gain experience in our district's public sector, which means government agencies like the city, the county, parks, etc. We subsidize the wages for public agencies to hire youth for 4 to 5 months. 46 have completed the program and 6 currently in the program. We also pay the wages for the students as well. And then our community risk reduction helps youth from ages 16 to 24 interested in becoming firefighters develop their careers through training, career counseling, and networking. New cohort recruitment will begin in early March. Our district-wide program is the Song Program. This is a great program for kids that are still in high school that love music, are interested in producing music, or love instruments. We've partnered with the Andy Vargas Foundation to kind of have a 2-day immersive workshop 2 times a month for 3 months. Students will learn music production, songwriting, recording skills, and receive guidance from industry experts. And then we have a scholarship at the end of their experience with the Andy Vargas Foundation, and we will be having our song concert at, believe, sometime in February, correct? If I'm not mistaken, or is it early March?
It's March.
March, early March. And we are planning to do that in Moreno Valley at the Moreno Valley High School amphitheater, or not amphitheater, the theater. Performing arts, sorry about that. Community cleanup, it will be on May 2nd, and it will be at the Valley View Elementary here. If anybody would like to take a picture of that? It will be from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You want to take a picture of it?
Yes.
I've got a question on
Yeah.
community cleanup. Do you guys ever come into town to collect things like oil and stuff like that? I see that a lot of times on the sides of the roads and stuff like that. Maybe if there was a place for people to take it, they wouldn't leave it on the side of the road.
I have to follow up the dates of that, but it'd be with our Waste Resources Department.
It seems like tires and oil is a big one I see on the sides of the road sometimes. And maybe if we had that at the community cleanup, or it was able to be coordinated.
We could coordinate, we could speak with, we'll speak with Waste Resources to make sure the hazardous container can be there.
Too, not just trash, if it's possible.
Yeah, as well, code enforcement has a tire team. So in case there's tires that you guys need
to be picked up, code enforcement is one of the leading agencies that can follow with that. Yes, sir.
Our Tech on Wheels, this is a great introduction to the elderly community. We've been doing like workshops with the HOAs and other elderly community. We actually provide them with tablets here and there, but they also get to go do hands-on services. They teach them how to set up their devices, they teach them different skills. If they bring in their laptops or other phones as well, they can learn there, and they have people working with them. We do this from, how long does it go for?
It's usually like 4 hours. They stay there about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, and they help you with a lot of different things. You know, even your phone. If you're having issues with your computer, it's really nice. A lot of people like it.
So if you know anybody that would like to attend, you can scan the QR code, and you can see when the next one will be in the community.
And it's all free.
And then Supervisor actually started an app. So if you'd like to download the app, there's a lot of services that are available at your disposal on the app if you'd like to scan.
And one thing about this app that's really great that Omar mentioned is if you actually download the app and you click on report an issue, it goes straight to our office and we open up a case, and then we will work with the department, and we become your advocate to work with the department to get it resolved, and it closes the loop. So then we close the loop. So let's say, for example, you notice that a street sign was knocked down. You can literally report it right there, take a picture of it, it sends the right location where it's at, and then we work with the department, and then you'll get a result and a report back. So that's what I like about the app, is that it closes the actual loop to your concerns. And it brings it to our level so that we can make sure that it does get done.
Everybody scan if you like. Getting involved, we have our newsletter, QR code, and our link tree if you'd like to scan as well. We have our link to our website, county website, Instagram, and Facebook. Any questions?
Omar, I appreciate your mellifluous baritone voice, and you project very well. Are you a natural or are you trained?
I would say a natural. Yeah.
Okay. Let your colleagues know. Keep up the good work.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
The question I have for the district, is there a quick type team that can pick up trash that we might see along the highway, or not the highway, but different streets? Because a lot of trash and things have been, tires, big couches and things have been thrown out on different roads. Is there a way we can contact somebody that can come pick it up, or can a grant be put together for a particular type of emergency team to come out to Nuevo? Because there is a lot of trash, unfortunately, but the best way I think to get it is to have somebody who can designate to pick up along the way.
That's actually a really good question. There's different departments that do different things. With our sheriff's department, they do have a group of folks, and I forgot the name of it exactly.
Nuevo Citizens Patrol.
Well, yes, but there's also there are individuals that are trying to do their community hours, and so we work with our corrections department. And so if there's ever a request, it's just literally our office just calling them, and it's Hernan Lopez, the assistant sheriff, that handles that department. Okay. And just reaching out to him, and then he sends. It's usually on a Saturday. Yeah. Where he sends the team out. We also, when we do our cleanups, we could do like a community one where maybe we invite the volunteers and we have food and kind of make it like a fun thing as well. And so we have other departments that can do that. But yeah, we know the section of where it is. We would be happy to do that.
So I know that the Citizens Patrol in the vehicles, we have the numbers that are direct for if it's oil, animals, tires. So there is a direct through the county, and they came out pretty quick, like within 2 hours.
Awesome.
I think if I remember correctly from not the last meeting, because I wasn't at that one, the one before, I had asked code enforcement about reporting illegal dumping and stuff, and they said that if it's on like county land or land that's not owned, then code enforcement goes there and picks it up. If it's on like an easement of a property that is owned, that's waste management. So I reported a bunch of stuff on Reservoir off Nuevo Road. There's like a huge pile of like building materials that were dumped there on the corner of Reservoir and 13th.
Reservoir and 13th.
And then as you go up and down, there's just random crap thrown everywhere. So I reported it to both. I reported, it's been probably about a week, 2 weeks since I reported it. No one's called me back, so I don't know what's going on with it. But I reported it to both to make sure I covered all the bases to get it picked up.
And that's why, and I hate to say this, but that's why I really like our app, because then our office is really informed on it, and we'll get on it right away. But Waste Management, they are a contract with the county. So we are their regulator, so they're our trash service. And so we reach out to them if we need that. So we'll make sure to follow up on that.
Thank you.
You said Reservoir and 13th.
Reservoir and 13th, and like I said, if you just go from Nuevo Road down all the way down to 12th Street, or from 12th Street down to Nuevo Road, you'll just see random piles of trash where people have just pulled over
and sometimes too,
dump stuff everywhere.
sometimes we come across where code enforcement or the department is trying to work with that private owner as well, and they're trying to get that cleaned up. But sometimes depending on how it looks, or if it's so much, I've also seen it where we've come in and cleaned it up and then bill the property owner.
Well, the pile at 13th Street is flowing out into the road.
Wow, okay, we'll follow up on that.
It's falling out into the road. Like, I know a few people have stopped and like picked up things out of the road.
So that could be a
and
public
thrown
safety
it.
issue,
Yes.
yeah. We'll follow up on that.
Mr. Supervisor, or anyone else from Riverside County, just curious, what's the renewal cycle for the contract for waste management in Riverside County?
It's every 10 years, but we just, I believe, not that long, well, it's every 10 years, but there's mechanisms in there, like if they're not doing their job and things like that.
Awesome. So we need to look at the app to report, and then as Amanda stated, the community team that you operate in has the numbers to direct those individuals that be picking up some of this trash. And then what Supervisor said about the volunteers on Saturdays, that's a good idea too, because it helps us, because we see it all the time, we live here, but even on our street, on Apricot, on the main arteries, going into town, deeper into town, there's a lot of unsightly materials that have been dumped. But we have a remedy, and as we follow through with these remedies, we can see the improvement in our town. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, so we're going to ask now for the next part of our agenda, council member reports, comments. Council members may report on meetings with members of the public, county department staff, local agency staff, and or provide items of interest to the public and council. Members also may request that items be placed on a future agenda for consideration and possible action. I will start with Samantha.
I already brought it up. I asked Hector about it earlier, so we'll just keep pushing for that stop sign.
Yes, indeed. Stop sign. Thank you, Samantha. Reggie? Okay. Lisa?
Yes, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that came out in the month of December to Zapatas for their 3rd annual Christmas party. It was a big success. I thank the community for all your support. I'd also like to say that I like the idea of the community cleanup. And I think we need to really get together as a community and encourage everybody to also attend these MAC meetings where our voices need to be heard for our communities.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What I have to say is, again, thank you everybody for being here. And yes, it is 2026, and we do have, this is our first meeting. We would like to see more of the town involved in our meetings, and we've had a fluctuation in 2025, and now coming into 2026, we need to see more of our community represented here in the meetings each time we have them. And so my suggestion is, of course, on the Nuevo Facebook page, we continue to put out information on that page, and I probably have to put some more information out there as well. We have T, she did put out something on the Nuevo construction page. We have the Nuevo No Rules page. That's what our immediate connection is to the community. And also the word of mouth. The word of mouth for us really helps us to bring out the participation of our town. And also I want to mention that I think it's a great idea that we have a designated area for these entrepreneurs who have these food trucks, and put together something that can help them, help keep our traffic at a minimum in these certain intersections. And also want to thank the law enforcement and fire departments for first responding to do the things that you've done here for us in Nuevo, and all the county departments here represented. Thank you for the information that we've received, and also want to thank Extension Gutierrez for being with us this evening. And you as citizens of Nuevo, you have an important part of these meetings. As we see this evening, we have several things that have come up, especially with Jim talking about the monument for the but the previous fire department house. I didn't know that that was in the Dennis Benning building. So as we're learning of this new information, we have, of course, the push to make sure the representation of Nuevo is still here. My wife and I, we moved here in 2017. We love the town. And so everything that we're seeing here is great. We're like the newbies. Everyone who's been here before us, we're just learning from you. So, but we are adapting to it. We love the community. We love the weather here. We love how the close this is. And we love the fact that we're here to talk to you at the Nuevo MAC, Municipal Advisory Council. I want to thank also my peoples here, my MAC committee, for being here and joining us for the Nuevo MAC meeting. Thank you for being here, and Happy New Year to all of you. And we're going to have a good year. We're going to have a good year. As when you have a participation in this new year, it's going to be a new thing for us. Nuevo means Spanish in new. And so as we know that to be Spanish, and we know it to be new, we have to have new ideas, new connection, and be able to have new ideas for the advancement of our town. Because as we know, as John is talking about the things that happen with the new developments, each time we have our meetings, we have a developer come and explain some of the things that they want to do in our town. So we have an obligation to speak up. I want to thank you all for being here, and if there's any more comments this evening? Okay. All right, so that is for the council member reports and comments. We have an information calendar. Agenda items for the next meeting has already been covered. And the adjournment is 7:22, and the next meeting for us will be Thursday, March 19th, pending approval. Thank you for being here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I already have that on there. Okay, for sure. I wrote it down right away. Okay.